This is brand new for me. I've never done this before. We're in a series about changing the way we change, the new rules of resolution. We've been taking a fact every week. Our first week was it's not a project, it's a process. Then we did it's not achieving, it's receiving. This week our message is it's not trying, it's training. And to bring that point home, I'm standing in the training facility of one of the greatest MMA fighters of our day, Vitor Belfort.
That's the freedom. Wow, that's how fast Vitor can end fights.
That's it for Belfort, the return of the freedom.
But I've been wanting to try out some MMA in my own life. So Vitor agreed to go head to head with me today for this week 3 of the new rules of resolution. I've been working, I've been trying. I think I'm ready. So I'm gonna call him out right now. Vitor, me and you, head to head, man to man. You ready to do this?
I'm ready. Always ready.
All right, man, have a seat. Thanks for hanging out today, man. This is amazing. Thanks for taking the time. We kind of met on Twitter, but you had been listening to some sermons.
Hey man, you know, when I saw your sermon, the first sermon that I saw, I remember, was Room 101. As soon as I heard the message, I saw something beyond the message. I saw the move of God, and that's what really caught me. I'm very blessed by your ministry, for your church, for your life, your family, everyone part of the elevation. I'm glad.
Yeah, I knew the church would love to hear that because, you know, a lot of people would think, man, this guy loves Jesus, but yet he breaks people's faces and tears their limbs off for a living. But it's really not like that at all for you. It's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, you gotta understand, you know, God has people everywhere, in armies and doctors. Even Jesus, he was a lion and he was a lamb. As an athlete, you know, I'm an athlete, but the key of life is just the motivation. Doesn't matter who you are. It's what your motivation and my intention of my heart when I step into the cage. Of course, I want to win, I want to knock him out, I want to finish, but I don't have intention, bitterness, you know, trying to create envy. No, not at all. You know what I mean? Nothing personal. You know, I just gotta do it. So that's me on the cage. You know,
No, I love your passion, your intensity, your enthusiasm for the Lord. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to get together with you today. And of course, I'm setting up this whole thing like I'm going head to head with you. That's ridiculous. You know, you train for this every day. This is your life. And here I come into the gym and I'm gonna come in, and we're in this series called New Rules of Resolution. And I thought, you know, a lot of believers are like that. They wanna get in the ring, they wanna get in the cage with the enemy, and they wonder, why do I keep on getting defeated? Why do I keep on getting backed into a corner? Why can't I get this victory in my life? Well, Colossians 2, 6, and 7 is our theme verse for our theme passage for this series. And it says that we have to be rooted and built up and strengthened in the faith. And so there's a training process that God takes us into. And I watched you train today, and my 5-year-old Graham got to train with you. He made you tap out. That was pretty cool. 3 times. And I thought about the training process that you go through. Like, how do you think that process can teach us about the training process that Christ takes us into to be his disciples?
Everything you do in life, doesn't matter what you do, everything you do in life is training. Of training is a process that don't cut your corners.
Yeah.
You know, just go through the process. I want to lose weight. Everyone wants to get the pill, and it doesn't work. I believe in hard work.
It's a great picture because daily we have the opportunity to die to ourselves and live to God, and that's what the theme of this series is all about: continuing to live in Christ. So the same grace that saved us now is going to change us. And it's so interesting for me to see someone like you who's so committed to your training, but you bring that same commitment to your walk with Christ. So we were coming back from lunch, and here you go into a restaurant at lunch and you have to bring your own dish with food that you cooked the night before. This is every day of your life, and here you are with your own dish. And I just thought, what if I would become that committed to the process of God training me for righteousness and God training me to be useful for Him? What if every believer would bring that same intensity to their walk with Christ that you bring to this on the mat?
We change the world.
We change the world.
In a day.
We appreciate you, and we're gonna be praying for you, our whole church, this weekend, not only with the fight, but the way God continues to use your life as an example. I can't imagine the perseverance that you have to have. We're just gonna pray that God would give you victory and would continue to use you. And if nothing else, man, I just wanna thank you for teaching my son how to beat up his 7-year-old brother today, because it's about to get interesting in the Furtick household. But we're actually gonna have a tag team sermon today, and now at each location, one of the campus pastors or one of our staff members and leaders in the church is gonna come and talk practically about this training process. What does it mean to train for the things that God has called you to do? Not to earn His love or to work for His approval, but to work from a place of knowing that now that I'm in Christ, how can I get myself in position to have everything that He promised me?